Purchasing a Believe Housing Australia property. At Believe Housing Australia, we encourage and support tenants interested in purchasing their community housing property. Home ownership delivers lifelong benefits for our tenants, fostering a sense of safety, security and belonging like no other. Believe Housing Australia holds home ownership seminars for tenants who are interested in purchasing their rental property. At these seminars, we outline the process, costs, and practical steps involved in buying and owning your own home. Purchasing a community housing property is similar to the general property market, requiring a deposit and financial capital. The key differences are that the property is not publicly listed, there is no auction, and you do not have competing buyers. Financial readiness. Before approaching Believe Housing Australia about purchasing their property, tenants should carefully assess their financial position. Purchasing a home is a significant financial commitment, and tenants are encouraged to seek independent financial advice to understand their borrowing capacity and ongoing home ownership costs. These costs may include mortgage repayments, council rates, water rates, insurance, maintenance, purchasing and settlement expenses such as stamp duty and other property-related expenses. Where possible, tenants should obtain home loan pre-approval from a financial institution before expressing interest in purchasing the property they reside in. Pre-approval indicates how much a lender may be willing to lend and can help tenants determine whether purchasing a property is financially achievable. Having finance pre-approved can also make the purchase process more efficient should Believe Housing Australia approve the sale of the property. While Believe Housing Australia can provide information about the property sale process, tenants are responsible for arranging their own finance and obtaining independent financial and legal advice before committing to the property purchase. Determining whether the property can be sold. Believe Housing Australia will advise whether the property is eligible for sale. Sometimes a property cannot be sold, though you still have the option of exploring the private housing market to find a property that meets your needs and circumstances. If Believe Housing Australia agrees to proceed with the sale process, the property will be independently valued by a qualified valuer. The valuation amount will be used to determine the property's sale price. Please note this can be lengthy and may take several months to finalise. Believe Housing Australia may need to work with government agencies and obtain various additional approvals to ensure all requirements are met before the sale can proceed. Appointing a conveyancer. Once the sale price has been accepted and agreed upon by all parties, the tenant will need to engage a qualified conveyancer, as they will manage the legal and financial aspects of the purchase and provide advice throughout the process. The conveyancer will also ensure the transfer of ownership is completed correctly, smoothly, and in accordance with all legal requirements. Settlement process. The conveyancer will liaise directly with Believe Housing Australia and any other relevant parties regarding the legal and financial requirements of the purchase. If all requirements have been satisfactorily met, a settlement date will be arranged and agreed upon by both parties. Settlement is the final stage of the property purchase process, where ownership is legally transferred from the seller to the purchaser. On the settlement date, the purchase funds are transferred, legal documents are exchanged and lodged. Ownership of the property is transferred to the purchaser, and the property title is updated to reflect the new owner. Once settlement is complete, the tenant can notify Believe Housing Australia that they would like to end their tenancy. This will finalise the tenancy agreement and complete the transaction from tenant to homeowner. At this point, the purchaser will assume all responsibilities associated with owning and maintaining the property.